Hi, my name is Judy Kessinger, and I'm the owner and creator of the FitNice system. I designed this system to make your sewing easy. So what I'd like to discuss now is how you can design, how you can copy things, garments you see on other people, garments you see in magazines or on television. I'm starting everything with a master top pattern, so you have something to design off of. So we're going to start with the master top pattern. Now, why do I start with the master top pattern? We know this fits. You're happy with it. You've made the pattern fit the garment that you created. So everything is based off of this. Then you don't have to guess anymore. The work's already done for you. So we're going to make new patterns. You're never going to cut your master up. We're going to make all new patterns. Years ago, when I used to design skating costumes, and that's how I got my background in fitting, I would love to watch everybody else skate, but I never watched empty-handed. I always had a paper and pencil. And it wasn't that I was going to copy their ideas. I was just going to take some of the garments that I saw or some of the lines that I saw and create something that I could do for someone else. When I started this business, I decided very quickly this was fun. So I have to admit, I love to watch television, but I never watch television without a paper and pencil because I get all kinds of wonderful ideas. Do you remember back in the days of Dallas and Dynasty? Oh, those clothes were gorgeous. And I used to sit there and sketch them. Now, I don't draw well, I have to tell you, but I know what I'm drawing. So that's really kind of all that's important. So I'm going to show you today how to create 3 different garments. And one of them is from Project Runway. Lisa Robertson was on Project Runway, and she had this adorable dress on. And if you look at the dress very carefully, you can see that it's 2 different colors, and the zipper, it comes under the bust. Now, that's not what I want to draw, but I love the idea of the zipper. So this is what I drew, and I drew this on as you can see, on a scrap piece of paper. So you can see down here, this is how I drew this. So now let me show you very easily how to convert that into your master pattern. By the way, ladies, if you have not checked out the Fit Club, the Fit Club is kind of like my brain when I go out and look at other garments. So that's what you're getting, is a garment a month, or every other month. You're getting a garment every other month that I have created from something that I have seen. You can do exactly the same thing. So let me show you how simple this is to do. First of all, remember I told you don't cut up your master pattern. We're going to make a whole new pattern. So I have made a whole new pattern. Now, if you've watched very many of these videos, you can see that your best dress form is you. So I love my dress form. There are a lot of things I do with the dress form. I'll show you some more later. But you're in front of the mirror. This is the garment that's going on you. I need to know where you're comfortable with this. So make your pattern. I like to draw a center line on that pattern so I know where to line that up on my body. All right. And then just kind of mark how low you would agree to have this garment. So let's just say on me, I would go about that low. Now, you would be looking in the mirror. I'm not looking in the mirror, so I'm just kind of doing this just on me. So this is what she has on, and we'll throw that picture back up there again so you can see it. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Now, I like off-center garments. I like asymmetrical garments. It just kind of fools the eye. So I'm going to make this off-center, and I'm going to take it over, let's take it over 2 inches. Now, we're going to draw this on here. You know, I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm afraid I'm going to make a mistake. Don't be afraid of making a mistake. That's when you have fun, is when you make mistakes, because you figure out how to correct those mistakes with another garment. So I'm going to draw a line 2 inches away from that center line, okay? Right up to that point where I said I wanted to go. And then what I'm going to do, put this over here, is I'm going to measure in about 1 inch. Come in about 1 inch on the shoulder. And I'm going to go from there to that line like that. Measure about 1 inch on the shoulder on this side. And watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to there. All right. Now what I would do is to cut this apart and put a zipper in there. So you would start the zipper at the bottom. It would be on both sides. We're going to cut this apart in a minute, and I'll show you how to do that. And then the zipper teeth would go up into the shoulder. So you'd have that same look that she has on at the bottom, only you would have it in a garment. Now, if I hold this up to me, I can see, because I can see just looking at it flat, that I would not like how this is cut. So I'm going to go back and redraw it. Now, what I would suggest you do, see, we haven't cut up any fabric, okay? We're still doing this on paper, kind of paper. So what I would suggest that you do is that you redraw it in a different color. So you can see your first mark, a second mark, a third mark, a fourth, however many times you want to draw this. It's much easier to hold this up to you and see where you're going with it. So for me, I need to go over more on the shoulder. I can see that. I still like the line asymmetrical. So do you see the shoulder? Okay. So if I like that, I need to make the other side match. So this is 3 inches over on the shoulder. And I would come down here like this. Again, hold it up to you like this. Do you like that? I do. So I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to cut on my blue line. Now again, you've not cut any fabric, right? We're using patternese. So if you don't like it, throw it away and start over. Or just keep drawing on the same thing. Okay, you like that look? Isn't that pretty? So we're going to put zipper teeth in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up like this. And I'm going to cut it still on that line. I would take patternese. Now I know where I stopped, right? Let's go back and mark that. So I make sure that I know where I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop right there on both sides. So I would take patternese and I would add 1/2 inch to this side and 1/2 inch to that side. So let me do that. I'll be right back. I've already added 1/2 inch to this side, and can you see I actually stopped it where I want that zipper to stop. And I've already scotch tape a piece on this side. So all you have to do is to take your ruler, yardstick, or whatever you've got and mark 1/2 inch away from that cut edge. Because the whole purpose in this is to put it back together again, right? So when we put it back together, it needs to equal what we started with. Again, you've not done anything with fabric. We've still done all of this with patternese. So connect the dots like this. Cut that on that line. And we're ready to go. How many of you have used not good fabric to try something out and it turned out so good and you say, gosh, I wish I'd have used good fabric? We all do that. So use something that you like to begin with. In fact, here's my rule. Don't ever sew on fabric you don't like. It won't get any better after it's sewn. So don't even bother. That's a waste of time. And I don't know anybody that likes to waste time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I would put this garment together. So you can see that I have a left front and I have a right front. Now since I saw this on Lisa Robertson, I would probably call this the Lisa top. And I guarantee you this will be in a fit club because I think it's really cute. When you choose a zipper to put into a garment, make sure that that zipper is a really soft zipper teeth and not metal. And what I have in my hand is metal, but just make sure that it's not scratchy against your skin because it's going to be against your skin But I tell you a really funny story. I decided one time it would be really great to buy an upholstery zipper because upholstery zippers are really long, and look at all the teeth I would have. So I made a princess line top. I put the teeth in the princess. It looked so cute. I decided to put more teeth on there, and it looked really great, and it looked really great on. And the first time I hugged somebody, we stayed hugged together because what I had, she had a sweater on, and what I had on were those metal teeth, and it grabbed hold of the sweater, and it didn't come apart very nicely. So can you see that this, yeah, I know, not a good thing. The zipper teeth would be in here like this, and it would go straight down the front like this. So the zipper teeth would be up near your neck. When you zipped it up, the zipper would stop right where you wanted that to end, as low as you wanted it to end. So I think it's going to be a really cool garment. This is the very first time I've done this, so keep watch. It'll be a Fit Club garment, I can guarantee you. Now the top I have on I love, and the top I have on is a Fit Club garment, and this is called the Catherine top. The reason it's called the Catherine top, again, I was watching television, and Katherine Heigl had this neckline on. It's a really flattering neckline. I've seen it on lots of different people, and I'm going to show you how simple this is to do as well. First of all, I want to tell you, I don't know how far down you want this to be. Take a tape measure and put it into the crook of your neck. That's where the front, the lowered front of your pattern is, right here. Decide how far down you want it to be, and then mark that measurement down someplace. If you want to be really daring, go down as far as you want. We can always fill it back in. I'll show you a little trick in a second. How wide do you want this to be? If you wear a bra, you want to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere past your bra. So you get to decide how big you want this to be. I'm just going to give you a guide. So here is my pattern, like this. And I'm going to measure down 4 inches. There's my pen. I always cover up my pens. I'm going to measure down 4 inches. Like this, and make a mark. And then I'm going to measure in 3 inches because this whole thing is 6 inches. So I'm going to measure in 3, like this. Now watch how hard this is. So there's your markings, right? Take your yardstick or your ruler and go like this. Draw a line from that center front right to there. I'm going to cut it out like this. And by the magic of no television at all, there is the neckline that I have on. Can't be any easier than that. Very, very simple. Again, you need to play on patternings. It's really fun to play on patternings. You can make your mistakes on patternings. I don't like it. Well, then don't use it. You know, keep your scraps for another project. But this is a great way to try something new, something different. Now, the neckline I have on, you noticed I went down 4 inches and I did a 6-inch across the center front of it. If you accidentally cut it too low, never panic because you can cut a strip of fabric. You see it's folded. It's just a white piece of fabric. And you can fill it back in like that. Isn't that cute? Or you could fill it in with lace, or you could fill it in with a print, or you could fill it in with anything you wanted to. So there are no mistakes. There are only opportunities to create something new. And it's really fun to do. Let me show you one last garment. This, a friend of mine showed me her jacket, and this is her jacket. She's a tiny friend. So she showed me her jacket, and I looked at it, and the first thing I thought of, that's the cali coat, the neckline of the cali coat. If you look at the sleeve, can you see the sleeve? This has a cap on it. It's like, I don't call it an epaulette, it's more like a cap of a sleeve. All right, you have the directions on the video and on the variations on how to make a cap sleeve. This is what the cap sleeve looks like. When it's sewn in, it's this nice little short sleeve, just like this, okay? what does she have on there? She has the cap. But instead of going this way, if you sew it into the armhole with the long sleeve and make it go this way, you have exactly what she has here. So it's the details, the details, the details makes this simple, makes it easy, and really makes it fun. So go be your own designer. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now it's time to check out the website. Everything is on there. You can purchase the pattern, the book, all the notions I talked about. You can join the Fit Club and check out the classes where I'm teaching. And be sure to follow me on Facebook.